Hi, so this is another video request and it's from Fernanda Flores. So thanks, Fernanda, for this. And I'm just going to read off what she asks. So this is regarding INFPs and INTJs. So she says, how I myself deal with NF types? How are the dynamics? Uh, she herself is an INFP and she feels she gets on the nerves of INTJs, especially when she doesn't communicate her intentions. And goes on to say, even when they are good intentions, they hate when she alienates them, I'm assuming meaning INTJs, while trying to solve a tough problem on her own within a working environment. So, again, this is totally just high level perspective. I'd love to hear other people's thoughts on this dynamic if they've come across this in the past. I can't say enough right off the bat, Fernanda. It's the fact that you're even wondering about that is definitely credence to the INFP type. That's very thoughtful and mindful. I I understand where you could feel that way with regards to working with INTJs. Speaking for myself, it I could see INTJs tend to have a potential to come across as really direct, especially depending on, you're speaking about a work environment, depending on the level of urgency or stress tied to a project that you might be working on with an INTJ. It's difficult for sometimes INTJs to look up and then remember, like after looking at your desk for hours, and then look up and remember to be socially nice when usually we're looking up from something, we're all still thinking, and then we have someone that is asking us about something in our office and we immediately are like, what would you need? Like, let's just cut through to the chase and get that kind of nailed down. Unfortunately, that comes across absolutely as difficult and off-putting for an INFP, potentially because of the fact that it is so direct and we didn't put on our social skills hat for that. And so I don't think it's necessarily always on nerves. I will give one piece of my own thoughts about this. The more you think you're getting on someone's nerves, and the more you start tiptoeing, the more the INTJ may have a propensity to become more direct because you're beating around the bush even more, and it causes frustration because we're starting to get stuck in ambiguity when we're trying to make sense of other projects. So that, I'm not saying that's right or wrong, and I'm not saying that all INTJs are like that. I'm just saying that could be potential on exacerbating something that you've already noticed as nerves being kind of touched. The other thing is when you meant, or the comment about trying to solve a tough problem on an INFP's own within a working environment. That by no means is a bad thing. That's great. And again, because I don't know the background of the details regarding this question, the only thing I can think of is that INTJs, if they are either in charge of the project or they have a large stake in working on this project, and an INFP just goes in and starts on something on their own without communicating what they're working on, it's difficult because there could be that tie to wanting to make sure everyone's on the same page in order to get the goals met for that particular project. So if it sounds in this that maybe it wasn't discussed with the person that is the INTJ in this question, but that could cause some ambiguity, which could cause some frustration on the INTJ's part, because again, if we're busy focusing on something about a task and we have something niggling in our head that, okay, well, are we all on the same page? We're not going to be driving home the point and being autocrats on trying to make sure everyone's doing what we want. We love people that go and do independent thinking and using their skills and tools to build something great. But we want to make sure that everything is optimized and efficient, and basically everyone knows. So I know for myself, I do like doing research and that avenue, and like being autonomous. However, usually what I would do if I had a supervisor or a lead on a project, I'd be letting them know what I'm working on, what I am doing. So that gives my supervisor or the project lead confidence in knowing the direction that's being taken. And if I have questions, I make sure that I would bring it to them to ensure that we're still on the same scope and the same goal. So I hope that helps, and I hope that you end up with some more positive experiences, because we may come across sometimes as really direct. We don't want anyone to feel a negative experience in the workplace. If anything, we enjoy having camaraderie in the workplace, in understanding everyone's goals and where we're at. We just aren't necessarily the ones that are socializing at the coffee pot. So anyways, hope that helps, and love to hear other people's thoughts on that. And always, as always, video requests just put in the comment section. Thanks.